The fourth round of the Ravens' 2024 NFL Draft may be viewed in hindsight as one of the best day three starts in franchise history. Two players who fell to the Ravens due to concerns over lack of development, lack of playtime, and simply lack of not being considered in the top 10 of their respective positions. For all these reasons and more, the Ravens front office must have been over the moon to see these two players hit picks 113 and 130. Players who have come into a system where they won't be saddled with overly high expectations, and that's why the Ravens wanted them. Developing players in their system without having the pressure on them to perform, while also being guided and developed in the tough and physical environment that is the Ravens' culture, Devontez Walker and TJ Tampa were supposed to be day two picks, but the rest of the league messed up, and now they're Ravens. Welcome in, everyone. This is Jordan with Ravens Flash Report, and today we're going to be examining the impacts of both wide receiver Devontez Walker out of the University of North Carolina and cornerback TJ Tampa out of the University of Iowa State. Now, both of these athletes were considered steals at their positions that the Ravens drafted at, and while Tampa fits in the mold of some current Ravens on defense, Walker provides an element to the offense that currently the Ravens don't have. With both players being drafted in the fourth round, the expectations on their rookie seasons will be low, but I also believe given that these players were taken later in the draft than many people expected, we may all be surprised by their contributions in 2024. With that said, like the video if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, and comment your expectations for these fourth round draftees below. Let's get to it. We'll begin with the Ravens' first pick in the fourth round at pick 113, wide receiver Devontez Walker. Coming out of UNC, Walker's skill set and the type of player he is expected to be in the NFL centers around his size and speed. Currently, the Ravens have Zay Flowers, Rashad Bateman, and Nelson Aguilar as their top three wide receiving threats. While Zay is quick and Bateman has decent long speed, neither of them have the skill set of Walker, who has shown a high level of ability to produce as a deep threat. Last year, Lamar wasn't able to consistently connect on deep shots with anybody, especially Bateman, where most were misses, and Zay really wasn't used in that capacity more than a few times. Let's get Walker's combine numbers out of the way. 6'2" and just under 200 pounds, Walker was able to run the 40-yard dash in 4.36 seconds, which, if you're looking for a comparable pro, that's the same 40 time as DK Metcalf. Walker also has a vertical jump of 40.5 inches to go along with an 11-foot 2-inch broad jump. So he has size, speed, and can go up for contested catches. Those three components are what the Ravens front office and Eric DeCosta were looking for to complement this receiving core for Lamar Jackson and the Ravens offense. The question surrounding his hands and whether or not he has concentration drops or not is something that I would like to see in camp before deeming as a true concern. Before Nelson Aguilar came to the Ravens, he was known to have serious drop issues at key moments, but during the 2023 season, he is credited with only 2 drops on the whole season while being targeted 45 times. Now, I'm not saying that a player coming to the Ravens is immediately cured of their drops, but what I am saying is that I'd like to see his chemistry with Lamar before saying he has a drop issue. Now, as I said in the video where I cover the Ravens draft in rounds 4 through 7, the Devontez Walker pick is my favorite. His style of play, his physical attributes, and his story have endeared him to the city and the organization in my eyes. Now we just have to see what he's got out on the field. Moving on to the Ravens' second pick in the fourth round at number 130, we have cornerback TJ Tampa out of Iowa State. Tampa was a basketball player before playing both wide receiver and cornerback in high school. While he didn't participate at the combine due to a lingering hamstring injury, most scouts put his 40 time around the 4.55, which isn't slow, but it isn't fast either, which explains Tampa's slide and his style of play. He is physical, very physical. With a 6'7" wingspan attached to his 6'1" frame, he doesn't need the closing speed of some cornerbacks, and with his physical play at the line of scrimmage, he doesn't get burned too often off the line either. Tampa will undoubtedly have opportunities to get on the field beyond special teams, but he doesn't have an immediate niche the way Walker does, and with more starters in front of him, we may not see Tampa shine as often in his first year. This is a boon for him, though, in my opinion, because while he is a great athlete, he's still a bit new to cornerback compared to some of the guys in front of him like Marlon Humphrey and Brandon Stevens. Just like the Ravens' third-round pick, Adisa Isaac, Tampa will have some time to work on his technique and any weaknesses in his game before being shoved out on the field to cover guys like Justin Jefferson or Jamar Chase. While I do see him as an eventual starter for this defense in a year or two, right now his best course of action and his best way onto the field is through special teams. With the new rules regarding kickoffs, more will be asked of players to tackle in tighter spaces. With Tampa's willingness to be physical, paired with his crazy wingspan, he may be a returner's worst nightmare to see right in front of him in a kickoff situation. Getting time on the field in addition to working on his skills will be crucial in his development to becoming a pro-level corner, not to mention getting on Harbaugh's good side if he does well on special teams. Because if you guys don't know, John Harbaugh, he was a special teams coach. Oh, all right. Well, maybe you knew that already, but the point is that while I believe Tampa is a great player with a lot of potential, the reality is that he's further down on the totem pole than a guy like Walker, who immediately fills a need and will most likely see wide receiver 4 or even wide receiver 3 type of use. Tampa will get on the field, but with the secondary the Ravens have, it's going to be a tougher time. Humphrey, Stevens, Wiggins, Washington, even JD and Pepe are most likely going to be slotted in front of him at the start of the season. The best thing TJ can do is show out in camp and play clean, mistake-free football as often as he can. The rest will come to him if he can do that. Like I said in the beginning, this 4th round may be looked at down the road as one of the best rounds in Raven draft history if Walker and Tampa can become the best versions of themselves. Not to be too much of a homer, but I believe they can. With Lamar Jackson under center and Derrick Henry in the backfield, Walker is going to see plenty of opportunities down the field, probably more than with any other team. And this defense prides itself on being positionless, which does lend itself to Tampa and where he is with his development. He can play inside or outside if they need him to, as he has experience with both. But what do you guys think? What sort of floor or ceiling do you see for Devontez and TJ in their first year with the Ravens? Leave your predictions in the comment section below, and don't forget to like the video if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, and as always, stay safe out there and go Ravens.